Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Our Shop, brought to you by JTech. So today, we're going to continue with the assembly of our D15B7 D16 Y8 combination mini-me single cam build for an EJ1. We're pretty much going to get straight into it. It's basically, the old PM3 pistons and your basic sealed power rings. We're just going to get right into it. Here we go. Okay guys, here we go. So I just noticed I actually lied. They're not sealed power, they are Engine Tech. So we went with Engine Tech rings, ITM engine components, thrust washers for the crankshaft, and then we sourced our rod and our main bearings from sealed power themselves. So I've already done 2 of these pistons and got them ready to go. But I left 2 more so I can make this video and show you guys what's going on. So it's pretty simple. Different companies and different styles. These ones just came separated like that. No labeling, no instructions or anything like that. And then there's some other ones similar to these ones right here that are on the market. And they come with instructions. And they come with the thrust washers. And they come with all the little things labeled, first, second, etc. However, these are for a D16 A6, so we will not be using those. So first things first, we're going to start with this little oil one. It's a little ripply one. It's probably the simplest, easiest one to do. You kind of just throw it down on there in the bigger valley. Once it's in there, pretty much just good to go. Kind of try to keep a decent idea where the gap is and make sure that you have the right rings for your pistons. If they don't seem like they're fitting correctly, double check your application. If they still don't seem like they're fitting correctly, but yet it does say the application is correct, double check everything, because sometimes things can get mislabeled, and we've all been there before, and it can be a hassle. So once you get your oil ring on, the ripply one, then you got these other 2 little guys. They go on either side of it, and these are pretty much just straightforward. You kind of just stick part of them on there, kind of stretch them out a little bit. It's like a giant snap ring kind of, and you just work it down until it's on the other side of the oil ring. Get this one on there and I'll show you guys up close. See, like that. There's the ripply ring in the center and then a skinnier ring on either side. You just want to make sure that these little holes right here are not lined up straight like that, that they are actually indeed turned around, which is called clocking the rings, and we can get into that in the next segment as we go to install the rings in the engine. Next, you have the second lip ring. It has like this little 2-step thing on it. There's a lot of debate on the internet about which way these go, but this little ridge goes downwards. This is your second compression ring. This little ridge goes downwards to pull the oil back down with the piston as it strokes back downwards inside the engine, because it does not need to be pushing oil upwards. It needs to be pulling oil back down with it in order to maintain a clean burn within the engine. That one is actually the thicker one and a little bit more difficult than the others to get on, but it's still pretty simple and it goes right on there. Once again, make sure that none of the rings are lined up perfectly. And we're going to get into a little bit more technical clocking into the next segment. Some people don't think it's very important. As long as they're not lined up straight, they're good to go. And that may be true, but this isn't my engine, so I'm going to do it the right way. And we're going to go with the OEM spec clocking pattern. So see, there you guys go. Those are all the ones on there. And then for this next one, I'm kind of just going to shut up and do it and try to give you guys a better view of what's really going on here. If you're putting them on and they get crossed up or they don't seem to fit or something, don't get impatient and just be careful, because it is possible to damage these fairly easy. However, they are resilient to most messing around, they're not just going to snap in half. But keep in mind, they are just metal. We've all played with slinkies as a kid. It's very similar. Here we go again. The second compression ring. See if you guys can see that little step right there, that little ledge. That's going to go towards the rod on the piston. So downwards. Just kind of set this one on the side. Put your thumb on it, get it started. Kind of just pull this other one open a little with your other finger and work it on. Then you want to slide it down into the groove that it's supposed to be in. And just work it all the way around the whole piston until it's completely set down into that groove. You should be able to wiggle it, spin it, squeeze it a little bit without issue. If you cannot squeeze it completely together, I mean, if you can squeeze your ring completely shut and it's still way bigger than your piston, you definitely have the wrong rings. Here, see, this is the final one. We're just going to go ahead and do it like that. She's on there, ready to roll. That's 2. 2 plus 2 making 4. We got these together, guys. So the next step is going to be getting the rotating assembly together. But I like to keep these videos nice and short, so if you need to reference just a single part, you can. So we'll get into that into the next step, and stay tuned.